How often are you finding yourself just thinking and being overwhelmed by everything that you have to do, everything that you have to think about, and it just starts to get overwhelming, takes away from your current existence and where you're at the present moment, and then causes anxiety and feelings of being overwhelmed? First, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist. I post on this channel 3 times a week, all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that interests you, please click the subscribe button down below. I also have a weekly blog and an Instagram. Feel free to check those out. I will leave those links in the description below. And if you found this video helpful at the end, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, because that helps other people to find my channel and hopefully help them as well. I hear this constantly, where people are overwhelmed because maybe you're a perfectionist, or maybe you just, have a lot on your plate right now. Let's say you are really concerned about school, that there's all of a sudden it's final time and you have finals coming up, final projects. You're nervous because your grade is kind of on the teetering point of passing or retaking the class. You have to make an appointment with your guidance counselor, all of this. And these thoughts can be super overwhelming, and these thoughts can creep up and cause you to have sleepless nights, or just not really be able to be fully present for the class that would actually help you get better grades, because you're just thinking about your fear about making the appointment with your guidance counselor, or fear of the test. And all of that is just super not productive. So one of the recommendations that I have is to actually create a folder. A physical folder, I mean. If you want to do it on your phone or something like that, I'm sure that there's a way to do it. I mentioned before, I'm super not technologically savvy, so I have no idea how, but I'm sure it could be. Or maybe you can even make it like an album in your photos, and just have symbolic things in there to represent the things that you're thinking about. And that could be helpful as well. And you'll understand more when I actually show you what I'm talking about for the folder. So I have a folder here. It says thoughts to be thunk later. And I'm sorry that it's kind of at an angle. So for anyone who has OCD, I really do apologize on that, but it's good exposure. So, and I apologize for the cutesiness. I thought that a Dr. Seuss type of inspiration, thoughts to be thunk later, would be fun. So I went with it. So if you have anything that you're really struggling with, that you just can't stop thinking about and it's keeping you up at night, when you're thinking, for instance, with all those things that come along with school, when all those thoughts are just swarming around your head, it's helpful if it's actually causing you to work on school, if it's actually causing you to study, but it doesn't usually end up being so productive overall. What happens is that at night when you lay down and go to bed, you're still thinking about all those thoughts. And if you're not actually doing any action steps toward achieving those things, there's absolutely no reason that it should be in your head. Because what happens is that if it's in your head, it's just swarming around, sucking up energy, causing you anxiety, which then inhibits you and makes it harder for you to actually be fully focused when you do need to study, or when you do need to actually take that focus and put it on school. So it is really important to put a stop on it and to put it aside. So this folder can be really helpful in the sense of all those things that might be causing you anxiety, to write it down on a piece of paper and put it in here, and make it a symbolic thing that at night you do everything that's on your mind and put it on a piece of paper and put it in here and fold it and close it up, and even make a noise when you close it up, just to give you an extra bit of symbolism that it's closed, like slap it together or whatever. So some of the things, for example, that's in here, I feel like I'm reading a book to kindergarteners. Okay, school. So if school is an issue for you and it just is causing you anxiety and stuff like that, put it in here. And you can also take it a step further, and I have Post-its here, and I didn't take it off, so let me just pull it off of here. Got it. And all the to-do lists that you have for school, you can put it on there. You have tests, assignments, grades, make an appointment, whatever. And the great thing about that is if school tends to be a lot on your mind, you're not wasting the paper, you're always having that in here. And you could just use a Post-it for the current things that you need to be dealing with. So that when you're going to bed at night, these things are not going to be lost. You're not going to forget them. It's just reserving your energy for when you actually are dealing with it. Perhaps you are a little nervous about making appointments and that's on your mind, when you're going to do that, or you're not really comfortable on the phone. How are you going to do it? Or your schedule doesn't mix with theirs. So that might be there. Work. All these things and plenty more are going to be on your mind, or potentially could be on your mind. So if it's not helpful for you, you need to be honest with yourself, because you probably know when it's no longer productive for you. Consider this. Consider creating this folder or an album on your phone, or whatever other way that you think could be helpful for you. You're probably a lot more creative than I am, and actually put it aside. Like, close it up, close that folder, and really try to actively remove that from your mind at that moment. It is not productive to think about anything constantly. It just sucks and drains our energy. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below about what you are going to put in this folder. What is constantly on your mind that needs to be dumped out? You could click my face over here to subscribe to my channel, and I wish you calmness and freedom from the constant thoughts and chatter on your journey to finding your state of balance, and I will see you in my next video.